but I'm good to rock.
You know, I thought I was gonna call you guys at Durban July, saying, you know what, I can't say it on camera. I was gonna say, don't come back with.
My brother. My brother.
I really want to say.
We're on the job. That's the thing. But you forget that, like, we're working guys. We're like 9 to 5 guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, you know, we barely have hobbies.
No, we need hobbies for our mental health.
No, I hear that. That's why I say barely. I mean, it's not like we don't. We just barely have hobbies.
So sometimes when I know I'm gonna say something that might sound far-fetched, I say it first to my partner to see how do you react. So when I first did it, so she's like, "Oh my word,
Don't.
what is wrong with you?"
Is that actually
It's like, why would you say that? It's like, but I want to say this at the studio. Don't say that.
Thank you for saving us all.
That's when I know, okay, maybe this might be too far. Let me test it here just to see the response. Okay, that's the response. Don't say it.
I guess that's the advantages of like relationships, man.
I guess. But I guess not everyone has weird brains like ours. Like, oh yeah,
Like yours.
we use a test. Like, okay.
Like yours. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm normal. I'm perfectly fine.
But I always do it in all conversations. Like, I want to throw a prompt and like, let's see how you respond to this, because it's been in the back of my head, and it's regardless of partner, colleague, whatever. I might just say it depending on where you are or where the friendship or relationship is, just to see the reaction. The reaction tells me, can I use this publicly on social media or whatnot? Yeah. So
it's one of those like, don't say that in public.
Yeah.
It's like safe space.
But it was gonna be such a good joke. If I was a comedian, they'd probably let me say it.
Comedic license vibes.
Yeah. I think it should be public now.
Okay.
Open the industry, comedians.
Oh, wow.
We need the Dave Chappelle confidence.
No, but we're not comedians, so we're not even going to take it there.
One day.
Not me.
You don't think I can become a comedian?
You should do one of Vafa's open night whatnot. Okay, well, it's not an open night thing, but like, he probably knows one of those things.
I've been to Vafa's thing once in Cape Town.
But have you ever tried it? You've never, nah?
No.
Not yet.
No. I think I'm scared of that because I respect the stage. And I mean, you know how we are in our arts.
Most definitely.
I respect the stage and I respect the craft so much that it's like, just the idea of open mic in my head is like, for those who prepared to do that, do you respect it enough before you come to the stage? Do you understand what it takes? Because, for example, let's say comedians, they spend a whole year, for example, figuring out what an hour set looks and feels like before they say, now we're doing it.
Yeah.
Same thing with every other art, like making a song. You don't just write the verse and go, I'm going to rap on social media. You figure it out before you even release.
The guys would disagree with you, my boy.
Okay, please do, because that explains why some of your people aren't winning.
15-minute verses, 20 minutes. I laced that thing down in 20 minutes. I got in and out. You feel me?
And that's why only 2 people are winning in life.
What, Kendrick and Drake?
Forget America. Just let's go local. Like, not everyone can do that.
What, the verse? Quick verse?
Yeah, I just wrote this and put it out.
Who is your 2 people?
In South Africa.
I'm curious, yes.
Only Stojiti is allowed to do that.
But and he doesn't even do that.
He doesn't, because he respects it.
Absolutely not.
But he would probably be the only person allowed to do that.
Yeah, and who? You said 2.
The other one's not allowed to at all. He shouldn't even be rapping anymore. He should have never rapped.
Okay, but that guy doesn't count. You can't even say that though.
We're so tempted to say this.
No, that guy doesn't count. Not even in this conversation. Reese?
Proverb.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say Proverb's allowed to go. I wrote this 5 minutes ago.
And he wouldn't even do that. Okay. Yeah. He might.
So basically, I think what we're getting to is this is only open to people who respect the craft like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear you, but I think you can. Do you leave space for the possibility of like somebody getting that good at
South Africa
at a craft? I mean, just in general, I guess.
For sure.
Like,
we've seen it so many times, especially like we grew up on hip hop, and this is before Amapiano. We love this thing. So
you make us sound so old. This is before Amapiano. Oh, nigga, Amapiano's been there the whole time, bro.
Yeah, for sure. There's just some people who don't regard it the same way we regard it. Because we can take the Kendrick and Drake brief.
Okay.
For,
I want us to get into this, but before you need to do the intro thing so that we can also start.
Yeah.
Do the intro vibes.
Just grab a cup. You're watching before your weekend. 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 Hey, you're watching before your weekend. Hey.
Nice. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Before Your Weekend. Happy Friday. Hope you're well, happy, and making money. It is another good Friday.
Yes, sir.
If you are in South Africa, hope you're experiencing the cold with us. It sucks as hell because we experienced the most coldest Monday of the year. Right, probably the most coldest Tuesday as well.
Dude, it was -1 degrees last night.
No, it was terrible. I woke up and it was -2. And it was 6 a.m. It was like, no, it shouldn't be that cold.
Nah, it was bad. It was bad. But you're the one that said it's not going to get colder. I'm reminding you.
Oh, yeah.
On one of these episodes.
I don't think it's still going to... I mean, this is probably going to be the worst. I don't think it's going to be worse than this.
TK. I'm trying to say stop doing that.
It's going to get better. Listen, guys, I'm a pastor on the inside. That's why I'm wired to go, it's going to get better. Tell your neighbor it's going to get better. But yeah.
Oh, my God. I'm saying, yeah, like the whole artistry thing and like, you know, guys, whether taking the time or not taking the time, like, do you feel like even as a rapper or, you know, should somebody be taking time for it? Is that a factor for you in terms of a good product or not a good product?
I do. I regard that as a good, like, it's the likelihood of it being a good product is that. Because Denzel Washington said this really well. I think he said this in Off Script with Jamie Foxx. He said if you give someone too much water, they're going to drown. And I feel like some artists behave like that. You keep coming out with stuff and the quality of your content starts dropping because you're always trying to be relevant versus have you taken a break for yourself? Like, go see the world, go do stuff, figure out your life stuff, and then come back and have something to say. Mm. Those people who know how to take breaks, when you listen to when they come back, there's so much substance to what they do. And I feel like to some degree maybe that was Kendrick Lamar's advantage. He took a break from the world. He didn't care what we think, or he didn't care what's going on in the world, didn't care about politics, whatever. He did his own thing, sorted out his life, did therapy, all that. And now he had stuff to say, had issues to sort out, had people to confront, and he had enough time to process all of that. Versus a Drake who's been in everyone's faces every single day. And it's like, maybe to some degree, I wonder what would happen if Drake was to step back.
I disagree with that, though. I think I disagree a little bit. I think there's partial rightness, for sure, to say that the stepping back allows you space, perspective, processing, etc. But, you know, in the same light, it's almost like, even if you stick to kind of the Drake conversation, I guess, it's like there is that difference in level of success because of it. Yes. Because he stays on the gas.
Yes.
You know? But to your point, Drake has gaps in between the albums.
You run on empty.
You know what I'm saying? He does. But now what I wanted to bring up was, isn't that a factor of a level of success? Because if I'm an up and coming artist, I can't afford that though.
No, if you there's a feeling that you can't, but you probably can. There's this pressure to perform all the time and be up in front of everyone's faces. Oh, we had the GNU, let me say something. Oh, we had, I don't know, Biden did something stupid.
But do you not think because that's almost like moving outside of the market or not considering the market itself, like in the sense that if I drop whatever project today, there's an example. Isaiah Rashad, rapper, right? He's not in the conversation. As dope as his projects are, he's not in the conversation.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like he's taken the Kendrick route, but too early, bro.
It's a consequence.
But I think that's what I'm kind of like highlighting.
So let's bring it back to Before Your Weekend.
Yeah.
I've received DMs going, I can't wait for you guys to talk on The Ultimatum. Or I can't wait for you guys to talk on the dating show in South Africa.
I thought Tropica was the dating show.
No, that's not. That's I don't know.
not?
It's
Love
like
Island. Love Island.
Did we do one?
I don't know.
Oh, we have done one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to do a TikTok on that. We need to stop doing dating shows in South Africa because we
Didn't
execute
you
this stuff.
say that? I heard somebody say that.
Yeah, I said a few days ago. I'll put out a video to explain why this is. I feel like we should never do it for the next 5 years until we figure things out.
It's ironic based on what you said just before we started recording.
Why?
You asked me. What did you ask?
Oh
me?
yeah. No. Coming soon to For the People TV, a real dating show that works.
This man asked me if I want to be on a dating show before we started recording. Now he's saying we shouldn't have.
Yeah,
it.
not those ones. I have issues with the ones that are out there.
Yes.
Like I've gotten. I can't wait for you guys to talk on the ultimatum. I can't wait for you guys to talk on the GNU. I've received a multitude of those. Like,
Shout
this
out.
is happening.
Yeah.
Can you talk about this? And I wonder, what if we did respond to everyone's cry? Like, what do you guys feel about this? I feel like we'll be running on empty now.
Nah, facts. I hear that.
And
I hear that.
it's like responding to everyone who's got something to feel seen by can become a problem.
I think I think it's then a balanced conversation, but I don't think you negate it completely to say like you shouldn't be, because also consistency is not based on the relevance of a topic as much as it is the consistency of putting out work.
Yeah.
And maybe then that's where the gray area comes in, because it's like, are we talking consistent on a back-to-back, or are we talking consistent on the every 2 years J. Cole drops a project? Is that the consist? You get what I'm saying? But you know, in my opinion, in the conversation that I come into, I'm like, you've definitely got to find your rhythm.
Yeah.
But especially in the beginning of it, it's like if you're gonna be an actor, if you're gonna be a musician, you gotta put that work out.
Yeah.
You know, if you're gonna do the content, then you gotta put content out.
But I think to kind of counter what you're saying,
Yeah.
as a creator, it's very important to know or to accept very early you're not for everyone.
Sure.
stop
Yeah.
trying
No.
to-
Yeah.
So stop trying to
Fully
pour
agree with
yourself
that.
out
Yeah.
to everyone who's not for you, because you
Yes.
don't know. Do what you actually like. And I think for me, even in my personal stuff, that's the thing I had to figure out. Like, let me do what I actually like. If I keep responding to everyone who's saying, "Yo, but you're good at this, do this,"
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have juice.
No, because you're gonna be doing it because people say you mess with it, and not because that's what you like.
Yeah.
Nah, and that's word. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's probably like the trick and the gem to it.
Yeah.
Like lean into what you like. But then I guess then we can come down to, which is something very weird. A white guy named Gary V said this. He said, you need to know or find out what type of artist you are. You're speaking to an artist. He's like, there are some artists that are 100 songs a year. There's some artists that are only 10 a year.
Yeah.
Which one are you?
Yeah.
And then that's what you lean into.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I think that works for Cole and Kendrick,
Yeah.
but I don't think it works for Drake.
Yep.
On the basis that he feels like, and I listened to him in 1 or 2 interviews, like he feels like he's constantly processing a whole bunch of things, and his life is constantly moving, that he constantly wants to say stuff, and that's where the music comes in for him. You know,
Let's get into it. Let's talk about that music video.
they're not like us. They're not like us.
Did you see the music video?
Yeah, I did, of course.
How are you feeling?
I mess with it.
Oh,
I mess with it.
art.
Yeah,
It wasn't just
yeah. That's not a
hey,
music
run.
video. That's a visual.
Yeah,
That's a
it's-
visual.
It is. It's
It's a good blend, really.
it's a video of art pieces.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mess with it. That last scene is my favorite scene.
With the family or the
Where he's standing with the owl, or by the owl in the cage. That is.
I feel like that was
that
this thing's
deserves to be
over.
on the wall.
Yeah. It felt like this is over now. I want to do other things. Are we done? I know you guys are crazy about it, but are we done? I want to do other stuff.
I think I have that picture. That's oh man.
What Kendrick has done well, you know what, Kendrick can actually sit out for the rest of the year. Like, it's done.
Oh, I told you he's gonna rap. I told you he's gonna perform the song, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he
That's
did.
like 5 times back to back.
And I won't lie, I watched it live.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, dude,
I told you he's gonna do
I'm even sorry for the light skin.
it. Nah,
Guys, check on a light skin this week.
nah, he's fine. Well, he's not okay, but he's okay.
He's not okay. Up to this thing that was the last thing that came out. Did you see that video?
Which one?
People going, here's one thing that you guys never picked up from the video. The scene where he's in the jail cell thing and he's sitting there.
Oh, is this
Just make
Kendrick?
sure you hide your little sister from her. The Tommy Chubbs, when he does this reference,
Oh yeah.
and then they
Oh,
flash
I
back
don't
to Drake doing this with the little girl in front of him on a TikTok. video.
Oh yeah. I actually know the video you're talking about.
Oh,
Listen,
that hurts.
listen. He's not okay.
Oh, that's
But he had to take it like a man, bro. You
yo.
know what I'm saying? Like take it like a man. Take it with your chest.
At this point, you can't even say sorry. Just go quiet.
No.
Delete your account
Which is
for now.
exactly what he's doing. He's quiet. He's on the island somewhere, on whichever island he's chosen this time. You know, he's at the parties. That's what
Don't
he's doing.
go to any party even.
Yeah, well, he's
Just
out
go
there.
to therapy,
He went
sit
to
in
the
your
all-white,
mansion.
Michael Rubin's one.
Michael Rubin.
Yeah.
Just go to therapy, sit in your mansion, figure out who is the Judas here, because clearly he's getting info.
Nah, there's no Judas, bro.
There's no Judas.
Nah.
They tell me Chubb's the only one to get your hand-me-downs. Who is telling him that Chubbs is the only one getting hand-me-downs?
It's not no one. It's no one in the clique. It's almost like the whole like Pusha T and thing.
Nah.
That was like Kanye was the source.
Yeah, but it wasn't enough. Kendrick got a whole lot more.
No. I hear that. What my point is, it's not always like not somebody in camp like that. It's usually somebody that's just like a camp adjacent. That's just been around quite a few times. That's why I use the Pusha T and Kanye example.
No, there's a staff member. In my view, there is a staff member there who's watching and listening to every conversation.
Not gang.
So go listen. You have 100 people on your staff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
There
maybe
is
like 20
20 people doing this.
Maybe like somebody that works in the yard or whatever. They got paid a check.
Yo,
You know, just yo, what have you seen out there? What's been popping?
yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But I was just like, yo, shout out to Kendrick. Shout out to Drake for reviving Kendrick.
I am not gonna support that statement.
Whatever.
I just want to.
Shout out to Kendrick has never had this hype since the last time he had this hype was on To Pimp a Butterfly.
Okay, so I'm still gonna not support
That's
your
fine.
statement.
These
However,
are facts though.
for us who are creators, there's maybe I think there was 2 or 3 scenes, but there's one particular scene I thought I would want to see something different.
Yeah.
Hey, run for your life. So that's a Bill Cosby reference.
Okay, I don't remember what happened in the video though. In that scene.
So he's just there in front of those containers in the suit.
Okay.
I would have wanted. Remember? Have you seen that Bill Cosby scene where he's walking down like a passage and he does this like weird look? There's like a meme where he does this.
No.
This is during the whole Bill Cosby issue.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
I would have wanted him, Kendrick,
To
to
reenact that.
mimic that, and then deep face Drake, because essentially saying the only big 3 you're part of is the Cosby, R. Kelly,
and
that's the only big 3 you should be part
and
of.
Epstein. Or not Epstein.
Well, he would be the third.
What's the? Okay, got you. My bad.
Like
yeah.
I thought he was gonna reference that. Also, that whole "All Eyes on Me" and I'ma send it up to Pac. I thought he was gonna like do some like Nipsey Hussle, Tupac, Muriel thing. It was fine. What he did was fine. I just thought, are you gonna do something?
But I think
like
he
that?
didn't. He didn't use any CGI, did he?
No, he
It's
didn't.
all sets.
No, he didn't.
It's all sets and props and
Yeah. No, it was Dave
Maybe I
Reed.
guess I
Dave
missed
Reed, like, yeah.
No. It's a dope.
It's a hot video.
Bro. It's
It
a
might.
dope visual.
It should probably should get a VMA.
Video of the year.
Maybe not of the year, but just some award.
Some award. Maybe like best director or something,
Something,
like that. Best, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. BET was it before BET's or after? After, right?
BT's was before 4th of July. Yeah. Yeah.
So it dropped. Okay, but it's too
Okay.
close. Anyway, it's too close.
Oh, there was other reference people made that he did the concert on Juneteenth,
Yeah.
and then he dropped the video on Independence Day in America. It's
Yeah.
like, yo, you did something
He's
for the
on
black
it.
people,
Yeah,
and
he's
then you
on
said
it.
on the white people.
Yeah, he's on it. On it. Like he's on
Who
the
is
money.
Kendrick's team?
He's on the money. Let's talk BETs though.
Let's talk BET.
Let's talk BETs. Before we go far, because I know TK has issues sometimes that he brings here. Né? So before we get to the issues, let's talk about the good things. Congratulations to McKenzie and Tyler.
Oh, was that the good
for doing the thing? I don't know what you're about to say, TK. So I'm already just like, creating the good atmosphere out here. Shout out to McKenzie and Tyler. Again, Tyler's doing the things. But I'm more excited about McKenzie, to be honest. Like, I'm more excited for McKenzie because that's like a big story. Like, shout out to Tyler and everything and her story. And I'm not at all speaking on that, so don't misunderstand me. But the McKenzie conversation is just so big as well because it's almost like it was like, Java going to the BETs and being nominated. Yeah. And McKenzie being from Limpopo and staying true to the music and the sound.
So I wanna say that my only point on that was I feel like BET keeps telling us indirectly, we mess with your sound. Stop trying to sound like us.
100%.
And it's like, and I'm not trying to even speak ill. Like, I really enjoy Nasty, but they're indirectly saying, you great, but we can't give you the award because you sound like
you 100 of ours. With ours.
Yeah, like give me. If you can figure out a way to have a Strava sound and still rap the way you rap, maybe we can consider you.
For sure.
And I know for him, like I think he's said in a song or two, he wants the Grammy. You can't come sounding American.
For me, the biggest chat is McKenzie. Like, I see the whole Tyler conversation, and I don't have no issues, no disrespect, but like McKenzie is such a big story, and just based on like her being from Limpopo, is like being from Limpopo and sticking to the sound, and then be able to go as far as she did, or she has so far. For me, that's just a big solid.
I feel like they were indirectly like communicating a message. They were saying, "Yo, we mess with you guys, but we mess with that sound. Give me something that says, oh, this is African versus trying to sound as great as we do."
Yeah.
And I think it's also like BT alluding to the fact that we know that we have machines pushing people, making people sound great.
Yeah.
And you guys have this authentic sound that we mess with. And we don't want to mess with that, but we see it. We can see you guys talking about it.
For sure.
And that's what it makes me feel like.
And you got a solid point. Sorry, because it's like when you look at like the Nasty C conversation, and like I'm saying, like McKenzie is like, it's not like they really can understand what McKenzie is saying, bro.
Yes, they don't. They don't, and she wins. And then you got and I hate to do this because I know this guy I don't like. Notes has been saying, why is Nasty sounding American? I've heard his argument.
Yeah.
But to some degree, I unfortunately have to go, there's a point here. Nasty sounds a little too American. As great as I love that last album. I play that last album on repeat.
Yeah.
It's a great album, but it's like there's nothing in it that says this is a South African album.
I think obviously he's had the conversation of like wanting to one day win a Grammy, which is obviously every artist's like aspiration.
Yeah.
I think the possibility is there, but it would take quite a bit, bro. Like, it's not a small thing for him, to be able to do that just based off the pocket that he's in.
Yeah.
And it's almost like I had a thought even just when we're having this conversation. I'm like, if he would sit, it would be interesting. Like if he would sit with like Java for like as a camp.
Like for where Nessie is now, that will be a nice album.
Yeah,
like where he's now,
like a writing camp vibe, and because that's what Keenan did.
Yeah,
AKA sat with JR, because a lot of I remember somebody was asking like, because we were listening to some old AKA stuff, and it's like, yo, who was giving AKA the vernac? It was JR, and because it lands or the words are so provocative or in the right place or it just sounds cool or whatever. But like just even that, because yes, on Zulu Man with Some Power, you can hear him tap into a bit of the Zulu. But the way Java, Saudi and MT do it, like there's a uniqueness in that gives them that. Like there's nobody that does it like MT.
100%. But also like to your point, it's also like that's why I think that's why South Africa was like, oh, AKA.
Yeah.
Oh, it feels so good to hear him. Even if what he's saying sounds so Western, there's something about the approach that says, you do remember us.
I think AK was
like a fish and chips.
I think
like,
AK was very South African.
very.
Like he was more South African than he was Western, because it was always, because us being South African is in the little things.
Yeah.
It's in the ish.
Yeah.
It's the ach. You know what I'm saying? It's the how. And then
Yep.
it's in that. Like, so what's funny is, like, when we were in New York last year, like, just us doing those small ad libs, the guys who were around were like, we can hear you guys are South African because your reactions are ad libbed with sounds. Like, before you even say anything, there's a sound that comes out based on how you're about what you're about to say. And one of the girls is like, I think those things are so cool, you know? And she's like, but I also understand it's hard to teach that. You catch it just by being around.
Yeah.
And I think Keenan had those textures because he ensured that they were there, because that's how we speak.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I think he was very South African in that sense.
I get that, yeah.
You know?
I get that, yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting chat, but I wanted to also say, like, just bring it back to just that whole McKenzie conversation. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, they don't even understand the chat, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that for me, and I'm actually even more curious, even with us speaking about it, like, what is the thinking or the criteria even to this conversation? Because I'm like, you don't understand the language, you don't understand. So what does it come down to for
That's a good
McKenzie
point.
to win the category?
That's a very good point, because I mean, I don't see who the other nominations were in
Yeah.
that category, but when it comes to media, Nigeria owns entertainment.
Exactly.
Like, it's super hard to try to compete with Nigeria in any form, whether it's movies or music. They are at
For
the
sure.
top. And because as South Africans we're very arrogant, we'll think we're number one, but it's like, no, go look at their numbers.
Yeah.
And then let's go see what we define as number one. Let's go see Davido for a second.
Yeah.
And then go see our biggest act here. Let's go
Yeah.
see what those numbers look like.
Yeah.
It will be embarrassing.
I think even if you just look at Thames now, because she's...
Yeah. Area
Sorry,
Star.
I was about to say Thames and Ira Star. They're the new kids in the conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, let me leave Rima for this conversation, because let's stick to the females, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you look at Thames just went on a world tour. She's on a world tour now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But it's exactly like that. Let's go see what a Nigerian number one means. Let's go see what a South African number one is. And then we'll see how much we need to learn. And we just have this South African thing of being arrogant because we think we've arrived. And it's sometimes it's cool, and other times it's distasteful, because we're so used to thinking we've arrived. We're so used to the rest of Africa going, are you South African?
Yeah. It's a thin line also between confidence and ego,
Yes.
right? I think definitely we should be confident in the fact that we're South African. But moving from knowledge, I think we have the confidence and humbleness to understand that, you know, there are countries in Africa that are doing a lot more in different spheres also.
Yeah.
You know, like way better than
Yeah.
us economically, education,
Yeah.
medical space,
Yeah.
you know, and we can confidently carry like a music conversation or a sports, cool. But like you said, like Nigeria, even with their negativity, have these incredible, like crazy numbers and crazy support.
Yeah.
Like the way the Nigerians do it, dog, it's insane, bro. Like I wish we could if we adopt that system, it will change South Africa, bro, forever.
You watching before you weekend.
Bro.
It's interesting that you say it. Now that we're shouting out African countries,
Yeah.
we have to shout out Kenya. The riots that are going on.
Oh yeah.
What?
Because the last time we spoke about it, we were speaking about the bill.
Yo,
Shout out to Kenya.
I have never
bro.
seen such confidence or such courage in going, no,
People, no.
this is crazy.
No.
Like, no, we don't like you, and we don't like what you stand for.
Yeah, like no, we're not doing
We're
that.
prepared to die for this.
Yo, loved it.
Yo, it's
No.
sad to see so many people lose their lives, but it's like,
For sure.
oh, South Africa, do you not get it yet? No. We're still the most colonized nation in this continent. We're the most whitewashed country in this continent.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is looking at what happened in Kenya. Nigeria is like, we see you. Nigerian government, you have 10 days to get this right.
Oh, is that the
They've threatened the government. They said, I forgot what the date was. They said, we're going to have 10 days of rage. Get your shit together or else. And then, I forgot how many weeks later, Ghana joined the WhatsApp group. We here. Get your government in order. It's like, South Africa, are you not seeing this?
But this is why I wanted EFF as, to run the country.
We need to talk about that. We need to talk about the GNU.
Yeah, we're finna talk about it now because the team selection is very interesting.
So before we get to the GNU, I think what I want to say about countries like Kenya, Nigeria, Ghana.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
We're the only country and correct me if I'm wrong for those who are more knowledgeable. We're the only country in this continent that has the level of freedom of speech we have.
Yes.
Like we can say I hate Cyril on camera and you won't get arrested.
Yes, gotcha. Yeah. Last
show into Rwanda, I landed and because of the person I am, I asked the person I was with, my colleague, yo, tell me about your politics and your presidents, whatever. It's like he said his stuff, but he's like, you can't even say this on camera because there's a YouTuber I watched last week, he just got arrested for just saying how he felt about the president. And he's like, just last week, he's one of the biggest YouTubers in Rwanda. He's arrested. And it's like, you can't just come up and say stuff because you will be found. And it's not the first time I've heard stuff like that. Like, you don't have that privilege to speak like that about your politics versus what we have.
Yeah, we do. But then, why do we not then speak out louder and then act out? What do you think that thing is? Cause to what you're saying, so let me let you think about it. But to what you're saying, like I'm looking at the Kenya thing and I'm like, yo, Lord, this is what we need right about now in this country. Yeah. We just need people to come together at the same time and just be like, no, actually, we're not doing this.
Yeah.
And I even went as far as I was like, yo, imagine more countries in Africa at one time just being like, actually, nah, this is not how we're gonna do this thing.
Yeah.
Because to a very large degree, Africa isn't run and controlled, I guess, by the people. Like for the longest, we've been raised with the aspect of we can't say no.
Yeah.
That's why I found that the whole thing that was happening in Kenya, so powerful because it's like you can say no.
Yeah.
Just like as a people, there's this thing of like we can't say no.
Yeah.
They're raising up taxes. Oh, okay. They're raising up the petrol. Oh, okay.
Despite being in democracy, we still in chains. However, the privilege is you get to decide what change you want to be in.
Oh, it's good.
And I think that's the problem with like, which chains do you want? Do you want Hidden Zilla chains? Or do you want Cyril chains? No, you're going to still be in chains. There's no way around it. You can't get out of it. You're going to still be in chains. Rupert still runs the country. No matter which party you choose, Rupert's still here.
It's like
the Beers are still here.
It's like you're going to be in prison. You get to choose which prison.
Exactly.
Like you're going to Posmo prison or you're going to Sun City.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like even with... And that's just like such a painful thing for South Africa. Like even if you do say, ANC, we're done with you. Well, what then? Because Rupert can say, today I'm closing all my companies. Then De Beers and Oppenheimers. You have no country if they stop all at the same time.
For sure.
And we're not angry enough. I fully get that and I fully agree. It's just
we're not angry enough, or are we just tired?
Both, maybe.
Yeah.
It's been 30 years of democracy. But the democracy felt like a stage performance because it wasn't real. Because the racism's still prevalent behind the scenes. It's still hard for a black person to get approved for a credit card, for example, or just to get a phone, knowing that, the white guy who earns the same amount gets it easier just because he's white.
Yeah.
It's like, how many more fights do you have to go? Because now you got your uncle or grandmother or parent in the back going, can you please send money back home?
Yeah.
So when do you have time to fight? When you're trying to make sure they can live? And I don't know, it's a painful thing to accept, but how much accepting do we need to do?
Yep.
And now you look at the GNU cabinet, it's like, did we just take
the new team selection
back? And the one thing, and before we get to like honoring or saying Gayton McKenzie, whatever, it's the Minister of Correctional Services. I don't know if you saw that.
Okay, carry on. I'm just
The
trying
Minister
to
of Correctional Services is Pieter Groenewald. Pieter Groenewald is the leader of the VF Plus. Can I go deeper?
go deeper, Papa.
He was part of the Conservative Party before 94. When they had to vote on the apartheid conversation, they voted for apartheid to be extended. Pieter Groenewald will say that. On top of that, he was part of the Chris Hani scandal.
Ew.
That's who we put in as Minister of Correctional Services.
So the guys.
That is so concerning.
So you guys are. So now you're saying the prisoners are going to suffer.
It's like we haven't learned the lesson, because I feel like how are you even still a minister?
But is that a bad thing? The prisoners are going to suffer.
It's the fact that he gets the privilege to get that position and payment.
Damn.
Like, wait. So what did we do? Did we not learn anything from Codesa, from TRC, whatever things we say we put in? The man said Chris Hani must die, but on top of that, let me make me Minister of Correctional Services. Oh, so he hasn't learned his lesson.
Yeah, because we don't have like heavy consequences.
So it's
like
okay
that.
to be racist here.
100%.
Versus
what happened to was the guy in DA? You spoke about him the last time.
Which one?
The guy who had the content, the video of him being.
Oh, they have not been suspended. Ian Cameron.
He's from DA, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The guy did blackface. Ian Cameron.
Yeah, he had.
Yeah, he's still practicing. There's two. There's other guy who's a YouTuber, Renaud Gross. You're talking about Renaud Gross.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
No, he's still there. They said no, we're gonna deal with him. No, he's still practicing. He's working.
That's crazy.
And it's like, oh, okay. So there's no punishment for racism in South Africa.
No.
And yeah, maybe I talk about it so much, but it's like we don't punish racism the way we should.
No. But it's a real thing, and we should talk about it, and it is something that should be addressed. Like, racism can't be a light thing because there's so much behind that. Like, if you allow it, even in its, you're allowing and leaving space for a slavery conversation very easily on the fact of it's justified on skin color.
Yeah.
Like, it's very heavy.
And I mean, I hear people say my view on like the consequences far, but I'm gonna still say it. If you are let's say confident racist, your family must stop practicing businesses. That should be the consequence. No one should be allowed to enter privileged schools. You got to feel the consequence of what it was like to be black in the 48 years of apartheid we had.
For sure.
Like, if you don't know what that pain is like, you'll never change.
Yeah.
Because you can go, oh, I said the K word, but I'm still earning 40, 50, 60K a month.
Yeah, so everything's okay. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
I fully agree with that.
It bothers me.
Yeah.
Like, what are we not learning? Then Helen Zilla came last week. It was last week, correct me. She did a random briefing without telling the news publications ahead of time. I want to do a briefing. She said at the last minute, I want to do a briefing. Now ENCA, News 24, all these people have to come and set up things. And she said, oh, Gauteng cabinet doesn't want to come to the party. They're not sticking to what the original agreement was. They don't have enough seats. It's like, how much power does the DA really have that everyone must just bend to their will? Why is that okay?
It's because they've got the peoples with the monies.
Like, at this point, the only thing Helen Zille must focus on is the yellow teeth. Like, go to the dentist. Don't sort your issues out. Come back with your white teeth, and then maybe we can talk about how we move this country forward. But at this point, you have too much coffee at this point. I don't know. I don't like this woman.
What if she smokes? She probably does.
Like, does your daughter even like you? The one you stood up for before the birth of the DA, like.
Yeah, we like, which is such a strange conversation. Like, we're in a strange place, like, as a country, because as a people, we have these conversations, and we want these changes, or we blah blah blah. But it's like, also the people I think that's where my disappointment just lies. Was like, the people we vote for, put in power, whatever the case is, don't have these conversations and fights.
Yes.
Because everybody's got their job and task, and hence why when you know, when social media or when the community wants to hold an entertainer to why aren't you standing up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or aren't you commenting or whatever, I'm like, you don't come out like that regarding the people you've put in power to do that as their job. Like, that's a politician's job.
Yeah.
It is not an artist's job to speak on inequality, to speak on distribution of wealth, to speak on, it's not.
Yeah.
They can if they feel inclined to, or if they, but the whole thing of, yo, you're an influential person, you must, I'm like, yo, you guys are not holding the people responsible, accountable, you know? And I think that's more than anything, even though it goes back to that Nelson Mandela saying that everybody doesn't know what he said, but he said something about if the government does whatever, you must do to it, whatever, right? And it is literally that. So it's all these guys, when they come up, they speak about the struggle, and then they get into political positions, and what, you're no more struggling? So what?
You
the struggle
you
just
forget
for
your
us.
purpose behind your mission now.
Yo, as long as we have that going on, we're still in shambles.
Which to your point, kind of makes you feel like, what if Gayton McKenzie is the answer?
It's a wild thought, but I had the same thought.
Because I was looking at how he's moving on social media, and it's like, I have not seen a minister this excited to earn this place.
Whenever.
He looks grateful. Like, I am so grateful, I'm going to do things. Every other minister is like, okay, I am the minister of whatnot.
I am.
I was like, you know what?
Going to work.
I don't know if you guys have seen his tweets. He's saying, yo, I need the list of people who are getting money from the Department of Arts and Culture. Like, we have never had anyone this proactive.
Yeah.
To go, on top of that, if you're a super fan, we can't fly you around anymore.
No.
Because there's athletes and artists who aren't making money.
Who are struggling to move around, and you're sending super
It's been
fans
a week.
But, and on God, I really hope it don't happen, but I don't think it's gonna last.
I pray that the passion and integrity he's approaching this thing with lasts. Because
no, but that's not even my issue. My issue is, have you ever gone to an entity, you know this, have you ever gone to an entity where they're not working and you're coming and you're saying, guys, let's work. TK needs to go.
I get that. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like that in the rule, because now he's going to expect people to work.
Yeah.
And people don't want to work, bro.
Well, that's the signs of the times. Then Gayton, listen, please start a riot if they're not doing what you said.
Obliging.
Call us. We'll come to your riot.
Yeah, no, like, but his energy's really been dope. I've also never seen a minister excited to do their work, and everybody's, clowning it or whatever the case is, but I'm also just like, yo, that's what it should be.
We should be seeing,
You
like,
should
I
be
can't
excited to
wait
serve the
to
people.
change the face of this country or change the face of my portfolio.
What, or make a difference, even if it's for a short period, whatever.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
make a difference. Yeah. Everybody else is just like, power moves, whatever.
Exactly.
Now,
It's John
politician.
Steenhuisen accepting Minister of Agriculture when he knows nothing about farming. Like, you idiot.
Which is
number one.
which is the same issue they had previously. Like, we got they have people in power that don't have experience that are now they doing that.
Yes, that's a good
It's
point.
a whole chat. They've ran that chat.
That's a very good point. Someone did say the DA, the positions DA has earned is run by people who don't have the qualification for that position.
yeah.
And
That
it's
was a whole campaign.
Now you're in the seat. Now what happens?
Yeah.
If you're gonna hold them to that standard, can we hold you to the standard?
Exactly.
And I didn't think of that until they said that. But the one thing that I was thinking about is, if he's Minister of Agriculture, is he going to push the farm killing narrative, the lie that America has been sold?
Wild.
Because the unfortunate thing is, the successful farms in South Africa are still run by funny characters and whatnot.
Yes.
So I'm wondering.
Well, owned by.
Yeah.
They run by our uncles.
Yeah, Khumalo.
Yes.
I wonder is he going to try push that narrative?
I hope not.
Yeah, and I guess
to say that one of their agendas is to protect The white. Yeah, I hope he doesn't do that. I think it's gonna be very stupid.
Actually, what is he good at?
I don't even know.
So I know, like,
I don't
what do
even
you
know the
do?
gym. I don't really know. the
How?
gym.
Why were you the number one choice? Who was the understudy to you? It's
No, guys were scrambling, they were giving positions away. So that's how that happened.
yeah. We gotta see. I guess in the uncertainty South Africa is at, we have the rest of the year to gauge performance.
Yeah, I guess.
It's so uncomfortable.
That's just my response, I guess.
Yeah.
You watching before you weekend.
Do you think space should be allowed for content creators to create content on their setbacks? So this is in light of the Sadiki twins, whose house burnt down.
Oh yes.
And for those who don't know, they are content creators, podcasters. I don't know how many other things they have to their name. One of the sisters' houses burnt down, and if you like, even if you just go on X right now, there's like videos of them, I guess, mourning the loss of the house or other things. And I guess it's kind of weird. It's like, why are you crying in front of the fire? What music video is this? This Will Smith already did the BET Award where there's a ring of fire and stuff. Why you? What rendition is this? I don't know. I don't know. Like, and you know what? Let me be transparent,
Yo.
just to level this down. So I had my setback when I was in the church, left the church, whatnot, and I put out my video, etc., etc.
Okay, yes.
At no point did I go, you know what? Here is an opportunity for me to
Content.
gain sympathy, subscribers.
Okay, so it's tricky. It's tricky. But I hear what you're saying. I just want to first comment on the first time, the day it happened or whatever, the next day, whatever. I saw the video. So at first I'm like, oh snap, yo, that's hectic. Yo, how big is the house? Yo, that's hectic. Then I went, so at what point do you start recording
Yes.
when your house is burning down? That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent, I guess, of something tragic just happened. I pick up the phone and I'm crying on a video, or I'm live.
Say her name.
I don't know who's her, but I'm
She's
live.
in jail now, but I wouldn't know who you paid, but okay.
I don't know who he's talking about.
She's on my WhatsApp. I'll make sure she sees this part. She kind of worked for the
my
same
God.
company we did stuff for.
Okay. Tiki. You're almost about to say the name. Yeah, like at what point do you pick up the phone and start crying? You know? Over the phone, over the video. Because like even if it's just a video, then you post later. Or you click on a live, like, yo, I just lost, now I go live. Yo, guys, I just lost. And I'm just like, I think that's strange behavior.
Yeah.
I do, right? Okay, maybe debatable conversation. The debate could be you're sharing an experience that someone else could be going through, right? And then you're going for that relatability and comeback story, to encourage whoever. That's what I feel like somebody could say. But I am on the fence of like, nah, like I think it's cringe. Which look, at the end of the day, content is content. Niggas are gonna do whatever they want to do, right? But I think it's cringe, bro. I comment on it based on when people are emotional and are expressing negative emotions on content in the moment.
Yeah.
That thing for me is just like, what are you trying to achieve here?
Yeah.
What are we doing? You know what I'm saying?
It's like, one, we're not American. Stop that. We don't celebrate the loss to get donations. And I felt like that might be
that's the next.
Oh, is that your
the
move?
next- yeah.
Like you're trying to get money from people. To some degree, I want to go maybe trying to show a setback, but how often do we do that as human beings? Where you go, oh, I am suffering something. Let me publicize my loss, embarrassment, shame, whatever, to inspire. That's only the story you tell after you.
Yeah. After you've processed. Yeah.
And that was a bit disturbing to see, like, what's your goal?
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you lost the house. Great. Deal with your loss.
Then
Get
come
insurance
tell-
to do what they need to
Then
do.
come tell us the story.
Then, show us how, if we become homeowners in the next 5-10 years, what happens if we experience the same loss? Tell us after the fact.
Yeah.
Unless the goal was, let me get insurance to buy into my mourning, or it was
Yeah.
disturbing to see.
I think it was weird.
I mean, my first question was, when I haven't gone to see their page, but like, I wanted to go, how often do they show their shame and losses and embarrassments? Because the only way this would be justified is, do you publish all your setbacks?
So are you documenting your whole life
Yeah.
to such an extent that in that moment the person who documents your life was there already?
Yeah. So if you, for happenstance, step out of your marriage or whatever, do you publish immediately? Or when you don't get the gig, do you publish all of that too? Only then I can go,
'Cause
okay,
you
you're
have
teaching us.
Reality or vlog type
Exactly.
content going on.
But if this is the only thing you're going off of, problem.
So I did feel like it was a little bit strange, and I didn't even think about, like, as far as like, yo, like, this is probably for like likes and comments, followers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought it was weird because, like I said, as I was watching, I'm like, yo, at which stage do you take out your phone when your house is dying? You know, sorry, burning. Excuse me, I said dying. When your house is burning, like, at which stage do you take out your phone and start recording?
Yeah.
But it's so ironic because I had a meeting with somebody earlier, and we were having a conversation, and I was telling them just like where I'm at and how I've taken a couple of steps back from social media, and I was like, it felt like I got to a place where I felt like the bit of posting, actually I was posting quite a bit last year, just, you know, showing the work more than anything, but that was almost like a gateway to like this type of behavior where it's like you're no longer in the moment, you're having the moment for the content.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And when anything happens, it's almost like, oh, I need to capture this so I can post this and tell my followers about it. Where it's like you're not present in actual real life.
Yeah.
And I was definitely just avoiding that. It just felt like I was moving towards that, even though I'm not prone to it as much. Because I'm not really like a content creator like that. But I was just wary of it. And when we talk about stuff like this, it just like reminds me of that, where it's like people have now gone as far as when they're having real life moments, instead of being in the moment and then telling the story of the moment after, you're choosing to, in the moment, want to broadcast the moment.
And this is the thing, like, as an aspiring filmmaker, I can see why someone's mindset would be, I can create a story out of it. I can see that reasoning. I don't see the reasoning to record and publish your setback like that. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So, for example, like, I look at the stupid mistakes I made as a young adult. I can see a story here.
Yeah.
But I'm not going, let me go tell everyone in live, real time what's going on to get sympathy and go, here's your short.
Because when you did your post, I was like, it was processed after some time. And I think you also did it to just be like, okay, let's clear this. Let's get this out the way.
Yes.
To at one time, to speak to everybody at one time.
Yeah.
And I felt like that makes sense because you did that at one time, and then that was it.
Yeah.
Like every other time we speak about it, it's in context of a conversation, not isolated to that particular subject as like a whole writing content, you know? So that for me makes a lot more sense because it's like, it's not in the moment, it's processed, and then it's like, okay, cool, let's take a moment, let's have a conversation. And because, yes, there is that percentage of individuals that may be in or are, in the same situation, or may possibly go moving towards that situation or whatever, and could take something from your conversation.
Yeah.
Like, we don't negate that at all.
Yeah.
That, that's there most definitely.
There's room for that, but it's like,
but I think if we're doing stuff for content, it's tricky.
100%.
It's very tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You watching before you weekend.
Donald Trump says immigrants are taking black jobs. What the hell are black jobs? What can we not accomplish in life? Can we not be the president again? What does that mean? That was so concerning watching that debate. Like, this man confidently said,
Is that the debate of Joe?
yeah. Apart from Joe looking like this man is knocked out before this thing.
Guys, Joe is not okay, guys.
So for those who don't know, there was you guys, I would assume you guys know, in USA when it comes to politics, leading up to the elections, they have debates.
We should have that. Don't you think?
No.
I'm telling you.
Until we have actual leaders.
Well,
no.
imagine Cyril and Julius Malema debate now.
So we'll kill him.
No way.
I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk.
Nah.
Sorry, I meant Malema will kill
Yeah,
Cyril,
Malema would body Cyril. But we need
No.
that.
Not in South Africa.
Why not? Don't you think?
Because we're done with words.
No, okay, but then it puts people in the spot to be like, you're actually BSing. That's what that thing does.
Remember, all the leaders of political parties in South Africa are just the mouthpieces of the body who moves it.
Which is fine, TK. Because we have two different systems. I know that. But, okay, actually we don't. They also the same. But, you see that debate, if Joe killed it, we'd be having a different story, right? Oh, that would be
No, we'll still be the same.
No.
We got people who are according to dying trying to lead America.
No, I'm saying if like Joe was like, yo, and he came through, the conversation was solid, it would be a different chat like right now. Like
I don't agree. We're gonna still. These guys are dying. What are they doing? Why are they on the stage?
Oh, TK is refusing my job. He's like, no, niggas is dying.
Imagine your grandparents going, "Oh, one day when I lead this country, I'm going to make sure." Who was that mayor who said when they asked him, "So what are you gonna do for the first 100 days?" "I'm gonna fix potholes." Sir, have you been to Joburg? We have bigger problems.
I saw this TikTok that it had me. This TikTok of what's his name, John Aston.
Steenhuisen, yeah.
Steenhuisen, right?
Yeah.
So he did a video. I don't know. I think it's somewhere in KZN or something like that, where there was a issue with the road. The road had fallen through.
Yeah.
So part of the road, had a whole big hole. And he was there doing a whole content video on some, this is your government. They leave stuff like this. They don't even fix it. And this is a main road. This is a road where goods and services come in, where people use it to go to work. And he did a whole chat. Fast forward, he's in Parliament right now. This other guy does a video. He goes, yo, John, remember your video where you were talking, not that you're in Parliament. I'm just saying, no rush. Just don't forget.
I saw the screenshot. I didn't see the full video, so someone responded.
That's what he was saying, yeah. So a gent, and it was dope that it was a white guy that stays in the area. He said, yo, John, remember your video? Because that's how that video gets edited. It plays John's video first, then this guy responds. He goes, yo, remember your video? Yeah. I know you just got into office. I know. It's a few days you're settling in. But no pressure. I'm just reminding, and he's there. He's at the location. He's like, no pressure. I'm just reminding you. When you get the time, just please come fix, because you're the government that you're talking about now. You are the government that you are talking about. Oh, that's so good. So good. Actually,
shout out to the whites who, I don't like saying it like this. It makes me look extremist.
Everybody knows you are. It's okay.
I'm not that guy, guys. Shout out to the white people who are like, you know what? We have to fix things and address conversations.
Yeah, that video is dope. That was dope.
But as for Donald Trump and taking the black jobs.
He talks nonsense, that man. But he's gonna be president again. That's so crazy, dude.
He's gonna be president again. The chat in the article I read was Kamala is standing ready in the event that Biden is not healthily ready to take the post.
If the clone is not working, pretty much. In the case the clone doesn't work.
I didn't say that. In the event that the batteries are according to she's ready. But the problem is, now this is what's funny. the white millionaires and billionaires came to the conversation, and they're like, they don't want Kamala.
No.
And people are like, so hold on.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay for a criminal to be president.
Yes.
But a woman we say is black
Yeah.
can't be president. No. And of course, you know how
Because then it
we
reminds
love
you.
division as people of color. We're like, no, she ain't black. Yo, guys, we need to get our stuff together. We are so divided among ourselves.
Yeah.
It's problematic. In America, they divided against us. We divided against them. We can't say colored there. Like, we're so... The Western world, or the people who run this world, are so strategic
Yes.
in keeping us divided that it keeps making them more money.
100%.
When we keep going, Tyler can't say colored.
Yeah. You're missing what's happening. You're completely missing it to focus on a term that we both know means two different things in two different parts of the world.
Yeah.
And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Like,
And the Rothschild time is going, keep going.
Keep going.
I just made 10 million off that.
Yeah. It's like the whole Drake and Kendrick. Yeah. The guys that sitting in the back.
The labels are like, oh, this is
keep
great.
going. Yeah, that's fantastic. Keep going.
However, the labels have said, Kendrick, you need to stop because Drake's losing money and I'm losing money.
Yeah. It was fine for everybody.
We need to come to a close, man.
So random on a lighter note, I found out an interesting fact. I don't know if everybody knew this. Maybe I'm late. Did you know that Steve Jobs invented podcasting?
Explain.
Podcasting, hectic, everybody in the room. Podcasting is iPod and broadcasting put together. Podcasting. Crazy, right?
Soundbite.
No, crazy. There's a whole conference where he introduces podcasting back when he was alive. Because if you think about it, on the iPhone, you see, you Android users don't know this, but it's okay. It's okay, guys. So on the iPhone, in the beginning, there was always a podcasting app. We just didn't know what that was all about, really, because we had missed the talks, and it's before social media and its virality. When they do the launches, then we can watch the stuff. We missed that whole thing because it's probably somewhere on YouTube, and YouTube was not that big, or it's on a website. But that podcast app has always been there, and it only hit me when I saw this clip of Steve speaking. He explains podcasting comes from the word iPod and broadcasting. Because you had podcasts, on iPods. That's how far back that app goes.
I do remember that, yeah.
On iPods. Crazy. I'm like, it was like just a whole crazy moment. I'm like, this guy invented that guy's hectic.
Yep.
Steve Jobs?
Come back and fix Apple, please.
Yo, please, Father God. And that time I'm such a... Like, I've had... You know what? It's fine. Everything's fine. But Steve Jobs needs to come back.
He does. As a black man. What else you got? What else you got?
Waffles is going to Canada. I think she's doing a show. And Drake popped up in the car. Look, the marketing was so smart. I need to give it to...
What did she say?
Shout out to...
Just make sure you hide your little sister from her.
Why?
Canada.
Okay.
Isn't she like 20?
She's going to Toronto. No, my brother. She's like 23, 24.
You made it sound better. What?
It is. She's grown adult, whatever. Yeah, she's doing a show in Toronto, Drake City. And she did a whole... I'm going to show you just now. She did the whole... the cover... She did a copycat cover, or like a copied one of his covers. Excuse me. And that obviously got people's attention.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very smart. Like, honestly speaking, from a creative direction perspective, very smart because of attention. Drake then commented, said, yo, I'm going to pull up to your show. Shout out.
Okay.
So maybe Waffles will bring Drake back. Oh, no.
No, she won't. No, Drake needs help.
It's piano, boy. Piano brings back anybody.
He needs a prayer meeting. A South African prayer meeting. From the cult we came from. He needs that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, that's it from my side. Yeah. There's a lot. I mean, we also had, we had a week of big wins again. Yeah, there's the cover. Shout out. That is so clean, bro.
Smart.
Very smart, eh? Shout out to her for that one. We also had we had big wins. Springboks won. The hockey guys won. Cricket.
South Africa's so good at being the best. We even the best at being racist and xenophobic.
Yes, that's the
Like, we'll
problem.
take
We want to be
everything.
good at even the bad things. Want to be good at unemployment. Want to be good at a bad government.
Yeah.
It's terrible actually. Want to be good at everything, even the bad things. Like just keep it
Yeah.
here, guys. So yeah, I mean on that, but still, proudly South African, I guess.
Apparently,
No, we are TK.
I'm proudly African.
Not this guy.
I'm ready to leave South Africa, guys. You guys have been great. You gave me all of this, but I
All right.
think I'm ready to be Kenyan.
I think that's our time, my boy. Thank you very much for watching. It's been another episode. We appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please do follow us on social media, on Instagram. Engage with us. Share in the comments as you're watching this episode as well. Share in the comments as well. Let us know what you want us to talk about coming up it pops up in the next week for the next episode. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate you guys engaging with us and all your love and support. This has been Before You Weekend, where we talk about the week before it ends.
If
One
your
time.
booty call comes in formal shoes, you're single.
What?
There's booty calls who don't have shoes. They coming in gowns and what? You stop this. Respect yourself.
Don't accept late calls. That's all.
You watching before you weekend.